All right, so just to recap, here's the agenda today. We're going to get 10, 12, maybe 15 objections on video so that you can write them down later and you can write down the responses to each of the objections. My goal is to have 3 responses to every objection. My goal then is to PDR, practice, drill, rehearse those responses to a point where I've internalized those responses, so that when I'm hearing an objection, I can truly listen to the person who's speaking to me versus being inside my head, thinking, what am I going to say? How am I going to overcome this? And it is also a paradigm shift in that you're going to look forward to people having objections versus fearing them. Remember, if I don't give you an objection, I have no interest in what you're talking about. However, if I have an objection, then I'm interested. Now, change the way you look at things you look at change. So put your digital hand up. I'm going to go back to gallery view. Put your digital hand up. I want high participation. If you don't jump in here, I'm just going to pick one of you. All right, here's the first one. I'm going to wait until after the holidays to put my home on the market. Deborah Bostic, go. You put your hand up. That's okay, girl. I'll come back to you. Who wants?
I got it.
Go, Clarissa.
Okay, good.
Go.
So John, why is waiting? What did you say? I'm sorry. You're waiting
I'm
until
going to
when?
wait until after the holidays to put my home on the market.
So John, why is waiting until after the holidays important to you?
There's just too much going on, with holidays and family. And besides, I think most people aren't looking to buy right now. So I'll wait until January and I'll put my house on the market then.
So if your house, were you still going, Clarissa?
Good.
No, go ahead. I thought I was done.
Okay.
Go,
So
Kelly.
if your house in, 4 months, if your house is worth less than it is today, how would that make you feel?
Okay, good response, Kelly. Beth.
If you're thinking about waiting through the holidays, do you think everybody else might be thinking the same thing?
Possible.
And it might be a good time to put your home on the market because you could be one of the only people if everybody's thinking the other way. Would you think that could be a possibility?
Possible. Good job, Beth. Who's next? We're staying on this objection. Charlene, talk to me.
So, John, by waiting, let's just say if by waiting and prices and the market shifts and values go down, is your home more affordable or less affordable?
Less affordable.
So, and John, if your neighbor's home went into foreclosure, how does that affect the value of your home?
Not good.
Right. So, John, if your home is more affordable, it's most likely that your home is more affordable now than it would be 6 months from now.
Possible.
Wouldn't you agree?
It's possible.
Right.
All right. Well done, Charlene. The next thing she would do would be close. Kim, you had a response. I'm coming back to you.
Yep. All right. I understand you want to keep your house off the market during the holidays, but if there are people in town from out of state that need to buy a home for a job transfer, they're not going to see your home if it's off the market.
True. Okay. Well done, guys. All right. Here's my response that I usually go to when I hear this. Beth, if you're thinking of waiting to put your home on the market until after the holidays, is it possible that there's a lot of other people that are thinking the same thing? Yeah. And if everybody's thinking about waiting until after the holidays, there's going to be a lot more homes for sale in January than there are now. Isn't that correct? And is it going to be easier to sell your home when there's more competition? Or would it be easier to sell your home when there's less competition like there is today? Okay, here's the next objection. I'm going to hire the neighborhood expert. Some of these we haven't practiced these in a while and you're going, oh yeah, I remember that one. What's the answer? Gina, I'm going to hire the neighborhood expert.
I understand. I'd love the opportunity to get together so I can show you what I can do for you.
All right, I'm good with that. Thank you, Gina.
Got it.
Go, Kim.
All right. Could it possibly be that the neighborhood expert is just too busy being the neighborhood expert and wouldn't really have time for you? Because ultimately they still benefit by putting a sign in the yard by the buyers that come through. I'd like to set up a time with you to show you how I can help you get your home sold and do something different.
Love it. Well done, Kim. Beth.
I understand that she's the neighborhood expert. But my first question would be to you, does she live in that neighborhood?
No.
No. Okay. I was gonna go somewhere else.
So, all good. Thank you for jumping in there. You know, if I were going to sell my home, I would rather hire someone who's working hard to become the neighborhood expert versus someone who is already the neighborhood expert. You see, if you were to hire that agent, they're selling 4, 5, 6 homes a month, every month, whether your home sells or not. And when you hired me, here are the embedded commands, everybody. And when you hired me, your home is the only home that I have on the market in your neighborhood. And the only way I win is if we sell your home. I'm more committed to getting your home sold than that neighborhood expert would be. All right. My listing expired. You called me to see if I'm still interested in selling my home. And my response is, I'm going to relist with my previous agent. Who wants that one?
And may I ask you, if you relist with that agent, what are they going to do differently?
Good response. Randy, you had your hand up.
Yes, I understand, John, that wanting to relist with your old agent, but let me just say this, John, you don't owe that agent anything. And you definitely don't owe me anything, but you do owe it to yourself to hire the best agent that's going to help you get your home sold. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Great job, Randy. Kelly, you could have added that. There's responses that connect, right? And I'm going to come back to you, Kelly, because I know you've got this. Give me the response that you gave me and then piggyback Randy's response on top of that.
So let me ask you, what will your agent do differently this time that they didn't do last time?
I don't know.
Well, honestly, that's a great question for that agent. And you don't owe them anything, and you certainly don't owe me anything, but you do owe it to yourself to get the right agent for the job.
That makes sense. All right, well done. Anybody else? All right, so I'll just throw in there, doing the same thing, expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. And if you do the same thing you did the last 6 months and your home didn't sell, why would you get a different result? All right, you're on the phone. I am a for sale by owner and I'm only paying 1%. And I don't want you to come over my house unless you're going to bring a buyer with you.
Well, John, you don't want me to just bring a buyer, just any buyer, do you?
No.
Now,
okay.
You want me to bring the right buyer, right?
Well, that makes sense.
The right buyer for your home.
Yeah.
Now, if you hire a discount agent that's willing to do 1% to if you're this is for sale by owner. Sorry about that.
I wasn't going to stop you, Randy, but I'm thinking you took a wrong turn, buddy. We need to get you back on the road. So start over. I'm paying 1%. I'm a for sale by owner, and you're not coming to my house unless you bring a buyer with you.
Well, John, I understand what you're saying. I hear you, but you just don't want me to bring just any buyer, right? You want
Yeah.
me to bring the right buyer for your home, correct?
Okay.
Now, your 1% commission. Now, um, if you're the cheapest, no one expects for you to be the best, John. But if you're the best, no one expects for you to be the cheapest.
Okay. Randy, good job. Beth, go for it.
Yeah, I understand the commission, and we can talk about that later, but if in order for me to bring the right buyer, I really need to see your home. It would just take me 5-10 minutes. I could pop by today about 4 or tomorrow at 5. Would that work for you?
Yeah, I suppose. I'm only paying 1% though.
We could talk about that later. I still would like to see your house so I could bring you the right buyer, and then we can discuss things later.
Okay. Well done. All right, here's my response. I'm going to ignore David has his hand up. Never mind. Talk to us, David.
Yeah, I would say, John, what's your definition of a good buyer?
I love it. So sellers go to script school, right? Now, this is the only answer they have to that. Somebody who can afford my home.
Okay, I can understand that. Let me ask you a question, John. Wouldn't you like a buyer that's ready, willing, and able to buy your home? And then two, John, if you are a buyer and you only had 30 days and you came from out of town, would you be looking for a for sale by owner or a professional real estate agent like myself?
Interesting. Yeah, I'd probably be working with a realtor.
Okay, that's why we need to get together.
Okay, David, well done. All right. The 1% was a trap. The best response to that is ignore it. The purpose of the call is to get an appointment. This is a for sale by owner. You're not negotiating commissions right now. It doesn't matter. You just want to get in the door. I'm only paying 1% as noise. Ignore the noise, right? Now, I don't want you to come unless you bring a buyer. You guys handle that really well. All right. David plussed it by asking, what does a great buyer look like to you? Well done. All right. We're sitting at the listing table and it's time to close. And my response is, I want you to reduce your commission. I'm not hiring you. No, that's not the response. The response is, yeah, I liked everything you said. I'm impressed. I think you're a great real estate agent, but I've met with some other agents that are willing to list my home for less. Who wants that?
So what's important about reducing my commission?
I would net more money.
And that's understandable. But until we have an offer, that doesn't really matter, correct?
I guess. All right. I'm going to help you guys out. And this is going to trigger, you're going to go, oh yeah, I remember. All right. The first thing you want to do is isolate the commission. So other than my commission, is there any reason why you wouldn't hire me today? Now, there's a better way to isolate the commission. I'm going to turn it into a close. If I were willing to reduce my fee, would you hire me today? What comes after that, guys? If I were willing, I'm turning this into a close. My fee 6%. They have agents offering to work for 4 or 5%, whatever, doesn't matter. If I were willing to reduce my fee to 4%, would you hire me today? Now they're going to say yes. Randy, take it.
John, could I tell you why that concerns me?
Okay.
Well, if I'm willing to reduce my commission to get your listing, how easy or how quick would I be to give up money when we're at the negotiating table?
Okay. Great job, Randy. Kim, you had your hand up.
Yep. Right now my commission is 3%. If it comes time to it and I need to give up some of my commission, I will. I'm a deal maker, not a deal breaker. but right now it's 3%.
Love it. Anybody else? Okay, both of those responses were great. I'm just going to repeat part of what Randy said, not because you did a bad job, Randy, just because I want to get this on video so you guys can really pay attention to words. Words really matter. All right. One word can make a big difference. So, Randy, role play back with me. If I were willing to reduce my fee, Randy, would you hire me today?
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. Thank you. Can I share with you why that concerns me?
Sure.
All right. So you see, when somebody asks me if I'm willing to lower my fee, I'm also hearing them ask how good of a negotiator I am. And the good news for you, Randy, is I'm a really good negotiator. You see, if I give away my money that quickly that I'm using to support my family, how quickly would I give your money away, Randy, when we have an offer on your home?
I
Right?
hadn't thought about that.
Right.
Yeah.
You see, I know you want 500,000 for your home, and I also know 490 is your bottom line because you told me. And if you hire this limited service discount agent, use those words. If you hire this limited service discount agent that's willing to work for 4%, you're going to tell them my bottom line is 490. Now, they gave away their money super quick just to get your listing. Now they have an offer on your home, and the offer is 470. And their response is going to be, that's great, because I know he'll take 490. I promise. And you just sold your home for 490 when you could have sold it for 500. Now, if you knew that was going to happen, would you want to hire that limited service discount agent?
No.
Right. Now, if you're asking me if my fee is negotiable, the answer is yes, just not today. When we have an offer on your home, if I need to give up money in order to make the deal work, I will, because I'm a deal maker, not a deal breaker.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
All right, Randy, are you ready to get started?
Let's get started.
All right. All right, I've got 925. I'm turning it over to you. Give me an objection. Give me one that I haven't mentioned yet.
I'm planning on interviewing other agents.
All right, Kelly, is this happening at the kitchen table or is this on the phone prior to the appointment?
This is at the close.
Okay, so Kelly, just out of curiosity, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you don't like a thing I said and you can't wait for me to leave, and 10 being I'm the right agent for the job, where are we right now?
I mean, I like what you had to say. I would say you're probably about a 9.
Okay, fair enough. Now, just hypothetically, if you weren't interviewing other agents, would I be the right agent for the job today?
I mean, most likely.
Most likely. Okay. Now, if you end up meeting with them and they do their job, they're going to invest time preparing for the meeting. They're going to invest time meeting with you. And then if you hire me anyways, we're not exactly creating an advocate who would be excited about selling your home. You might actually be doing them a favor if you were to cancel those appointments. And I would be glad to make that phone call for you. And I would let them know that you chose to hire me and that we were going to give them a week to bring a buyer before your home goes live on the MLS. So they've got an exclusive opportunity and they'd actually make more money than if you were to list with them.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that? Now, you don't need to answer it. How often does that work? I don't know.
I was gonna say that was new. I haven't heard you say that one before.
Not exactly that way. And how often does it work? I don't know. Maybe 10% of the time. All right. Maybe 20% of the time. But it never works when you don't do it. If you don't do that 100% of the time, you're going to leave without a listing agreement. However, if you do that 10, 20% of the time, you're going to walk away with a listing.
I mean, could you ask the question, what are you looking for in those other agents that I didn't, that I didn't present to you, something to that matter?
Let me rephrase that, because I never want to talk about the other agents. I want to focus on me, right? Kelly, is there anything that I didn't offer that if I did offer it, you would hire me today?
I just feel the need to at least interview other agents.
You can appreciate that. All right, there's a point, and you've got to have intuition here. You've got to understand when you've pushed far enough, and if you push any farther, you push too far, right? And at this point, I would simply respond back to Kelly, I understand it's an important decision. Kelly, tell me, when are you meeting with those other agents?
I've got 2 today, so in the next couple of hours.
Got it. Okay, so then you'll be ready to make a decision by this evening, correct?
I should be able to, yeah.
Okay, and when you choose to hire me, we're going to need to get back together in order to fill out the paperwork, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and schedule an appointment for tomorrow to do that? I'm available at 10, or is 11 better for you?
How about I just give you a call tonight?
No, I'm fine with that. And if we have the time blocked, that way I'm available for you, so that you don't call me and say I'm ready to go and I don't have the time available. Now, Kelly, here's the thing. If you choose not to hire me, you just cancel the appointment. So is 10 tomorrow okay, or would 11 be better with you?
Let's do 11.
Okay. There. All right, guys, I've got 9:30. I don't know how many objections we got in there. It wasn't 12 to 15, but what'd you guys think? Give me some feedback.
For